It's 10 o'clock and it's time for the council meeting session. There's only one member present. Hey, listen, that's still there. It's 15 minutes after 10. We have 9 members present. We need 1 for a quorum. Mr. Burnson is here, Mrs. Chick, Mr. Fuhrer, Mr. Hernandez, Mr. Holden, Mr. Pacheco, Mr. Ridley Thomas, Mrs. Walters. We have 9 members. We need 1 for a quorum. Sergeant, will you do your duty? Yeah, I'm very good. He's a head Korean. Padilla, call the roll. Council will come to order, please.
Burnson, Chick, Fuhrer, Galanter, Goldberg, Hernandez, Holden, Miskowski, Pacheco, Padilla, Ridley Thomas, Warner, Schwartz, Walters, Ferraro, 10 members present, a quorum, Mr. President.
Okay, let me point out that this is a meeting of the City Council for the City of Los Angeles on the 10th day of May, the year 2000. There are 15 council districts in the city. The regular meeting days are Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We are currently being viewed by cable subscribers throughout the Los Angeles area on Channel 35, and we're also being monitored by council phone. The first order of business.
Approval of the minutes.
All right, Mr. Padilla moves, Mrs. Walters second. If there's no objections, unanimous vote. The next item,
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
if there's no objections, unanimous vote. The next item,
Before beginning the regular agenda, Mr. President, there are several items to continue. Item number 1, request to continue until May 24th.
is there, if there's no objections, unanimous vote.
Item number 5, also requested to continue to May 24th, and that request is by Councilmember Chick.
If there's no objections, unanimous vote.
Items 19, 20, and 21, the Housing Department is asking for a 30-day continuance to June 9th.
19, which one?
19, 20, and 21.
because it wasn't through my council office. I'd like them to report to me as to why they want the continuance.
Okay, let's hold them on a desk and we won't
Yeah,
continue.
thank you.
Okay. All right.
And they can do it publicly.
The next item,
Items for which public hearings have been held, items 2 through 8. You have ordinances you wish to hold 2, 3, 4 on the desk, and 6.
we'll hold the ordinances, but any specials by council members?
Yes. Mr. President, members, that item 6 is really related to the one that Mr. Thomas put in yesterday. We're going to hear it Tuesday. You're requesting legislation be drafted and adopted. Even though this came out of public safety, it's a matter that should go to IGR, and we'll bring them out at the same time, Mr. Thomas. You're asking for legislator to be identified to introduce legislation to address this issue. And we might be able to incorporate it in the Wesson bill, which you're already supporting.
You're requesting that 6 go to committee? Is there any objections to that? Yeah, it's okay with me. Yeah, okay. That will be the order.
But this is your item, you know.
Huh?
This is your item, you know.
Item 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I follow my leader, Nate.
Yes, so that's what I'm talking.
Yeah. Go ahead. The chair recognizes Mr. Burnson. Yeah, I know.
Mr. President, members of the council, it's with a lot of pride and happiness that I wish to honor my Chief Deputy, Greg Smith, today. Greg has been my Chief Deputy and been with the city for almost 21 years. He does a great job, but there's a side of, or sides to Greg that many of you don't know. For one thing, besides being a reserve police officer and spending a lot of time in assisting Devonshire Division and putting in a lot of hours, Greg has also been one of the key people in the spearheading and building and seeing that the North Valley YMCA has gotten built. And if any of you have not seen this beautiful facility, I invite all of you to come up and take a look at it. It is something really spectacular, and with tremendous membership and community usage and acceptance. But Greg has done something else, and aside from all the time that he spends in raising 2 children and being a good family man and a great staff member and involved in the community and with the police thing, he found the time to go back to school and get his Bachelor of Arts degree from USC. And I just want to recognize that today. Greg has been a great asset, not only to me, but to the city and to his community. And some of us are looking at future things for him in this city council after I leave. I don't know if he's going to do that, but I think it'd be wonderful if he did. Greg, I'd like you to accept this, and I'd like for you to say a word or two. Would you please? Okay?
Thank you. Really, this was just a first step and a bigger step because I'm still continuing with my education at USC, John. And I want to thank John because John helped get me in writing a letter of recommendation a couple years ago when I decided to do this. So it's a great university. We have 2 great schools in this city, and I'm very proud to be a graduate of actually both of them because I went to UCLA for a while as well. Cal State North. Okay, it's in our district.
Cover them all.
But who else? LA City College.
Yeah, that's
and,
right.
Occidental. There you go. Anyway, thank you very much for recognizing this. This is really just a first step. I'm going back to school and to get my master's degree as well. So this is just one step along the way. And thank you for recognizing it.
Yeah. Craig, I want to congratulate you, but I also want to say that if you put a few more pounds on, SC's looking for some good offensive tackles.
Do I have to play without a helmet like you did?
Okay, the next item,
Mr. President, items 2 through 8 were on our items for which public hearings have been held, and you've already acted on 5 and 6. That one is going to committee, so you have 2 through 8 with the exception of 5 and 6.
okay, and no specials on those, prepare the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 eyes.
Those are approved. Let's take 9 through 12 next, and, well, 9 through 12, there's ordinances. Anybody in the audience wants to be heard on those items? Seeing none, the public hearing's closed. Any specials by any council members on 9, 10, 11, and 12? If not, prepare the roll, tabulate the vote.
12 eyes.
Those are approved. Next items.
Items for which public hearings have not been held, 13 through 29.
Yeah.
Okay, we have cards on 15, but anybody want to be heard in any of the other ones besides
Mr.
15?
President, on item 19, they had filed an appeal with the REIT board, and so they're entitled to a 30-day extension.
19?
Yeah, and item 21 is the same case. And then item 20, we were requesting a 1-week extension.
Okay. All right, you heard Mr. Hernandez's motion. Any objections to that?
So 19 and 21 is 30 days, and then 20 is 1 week.
Yeah. Okay. If there's no objections, that will be the order.
Mr. President, 22 and 23 special, please.
Yeah. Okay, let me first of all close the public hearing, except for item 15. Public hearing's closed on those. 22 and 23 are called special. Any other specials? If not, prepare the roll on 13 through 29, with the exception of 15, 19, 20, and 21, which is acted on, 22 and 23, which are called special, and 24 through 29. Tabulate the vote.
12 eyes.
Those are approved. Next item.
Item 15, you have cards from the public.
Mike?
The chair recognizes Council President Ferraro for purposes of a presentation.
Along with what I just argued with you about, doesn't make sense to give a new entity all these important things all at once to a year.
Mr. President, members of the council, we have a very distinguished group of visitors from our sister city in Korea, Busan. There are 8 council members and a delegation. They're headed by Mr. Cho Yang-duk. He's a member of the Education and Administration Committee, as well as being a council member. We have him here today, and I'd like to ask Mr. Cho to come forward, and I'd like to present a certificate of welcome, and I presented them a certificate of welcome to all of them earlier. But we want to welcome you to Los Angeles. Thank you. I had the opportunity to meet with them earlier, and I pointed out what a wonderful city they represent, and we hope their visit here will be a very pleasant one. Would you like to bring a greeting from Korea? Let's first have the delegation stand up, please.
먼저 우리 부산시 의원님을 소개해드리겠습니다.
I'd like to introduce the member of our city council. We have 9 of them here today.
지금 하면 됩니까 인사? 어디? 예, 앉으시죠. 존경하는 존 페라로 의장님, 그리고 의원님과 의회 관계자 여러분, 바쁘신 중에도 우리 부산시 의회 대표단을 위하여 귀중한 시간을 내주신 데 대해 감사를 드립니다.
Esteemed members of the Los Angeles City Administration, thank you very much for meeting with us. You have given us your precious time despite your busy schedule.
부산시와 로스앤젤레스시는 지난 65년 자매 결연 체결을 기점으로 더욱 친밀한 우호 관계를 발전시켜 왔습니다.
In 1965, the cities of Los Angeles and Busan established a sister city relationship. Los Angeles and Busan have since then endeavored to maintain friendlier relationships with each other. This meeting serves such purpose.
로스앤젤레스시의 경제, 문화, 행정 등 각 분야별 선진 사례를 접하기 위해 부산시의 행정시찰단과 의회 우호 사절단이 이곳을 자주 방문하고 있습니다.
The city council members of Busan visit Los Angeles frequently to further knowledge and understanding of Los Angeles City, administration, culture of Los Angeles, and economic development.
특히 지난해 10월 우리 부산시 의회 대표단 방문 시 극진한 환대를 해주신 데 대해 깊은 감사를 드립니다.
Last October, the city council members of Busan were warmly welcomed to Los Angeles by the city administrators. For this consideration, we sincerely express our gratitude.
지난 93년 8월 존경하는 존 페라로 의장님과 대표단이 우리 부산시 의회를 방문하여 양 도시 의회 간의 우위를 따진 바 있습니다.
In August of 1993, John Ferraro and Los Angeles City Council visited Busan. This commenced a solid relationship between the two cities and the city council members.
우리는 이번 방문을 통해 로스앤젤레스의 여러 곳을 돌아보고 깊은 감명을 받았으며 부산 발전에 많은 도움이 되고 새로운 전기가 될 것으로 확신합니다.
We understand that the respected John Ferraro is unwell, and we sincerely hope his speedy recovery.
앞으로도 이러한 상호 방문을 확대하여 의정 발전에 대한 정보를 교환할 수 있기를 기대합니다.
The 4 million Busan city sincerely wish that we continue to have a close relationship with each other.
또한 새로운 천년을 맞이하여 양 도시가 한 차원 높은 우호 협력 관계로 진전되어 시정 발전과 의정 발전을 위해 공동으로 대처하고 노력한다면 두 도시의 미래는 더욱 밝게 펼쳐질 것이라 확신합니다.
For new millennium, we are hoping to extend and continue this close relationship between the two cities.
끝으로 이렇게 우리 시 대표단을 위하여 귀중한 시간을 내어주신 의원 여러분께 다시 한번 감사를 드리면서 특히 존 페라로 의장님의 건강을 위하여 우리 의원들은 많은 기도를 올리겠습니다.
Thank you very much once again, and also on behalf of Busan City Council members, we would like to wish Mr. Ferraro's speedy recovery and happiness.
감사합니다.
Thank you.
Mr. President, I just want to point out to Mr. Holden that although he thinks he's Mr. Korea in Los Angeles, I was representing the city of Los Angeles mayor as Mayor Reardon is out of town.
Mayor who?
Mayor Holden. Mayor Holden is out of town. But anyway, now we'll let Mr. Holden take over.
Yeah,
I just want to
Chair recognizes Councilmember
Thank you,
Holden.
Mr. Ferrara, acting mayor today, high order, for acknowledging and accepting the sister city, city of Busan, to Los Angeles. Mr. Ferrara and I, and then sometime separately, have had an opportunity to visit Busan. Was well received by the host committee, members of the city council, members of the Chamber of Commerce, and all. And very pleased to give them the support and encouragement when they initiated the process of electing their members to the council, electing the mayors throughout Korea, which was a new policy that was established a few years back. And while I'm standing, Mr. President, and Mr. President, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of another council from Korea, They're here and they're present, and their meeting is Sang Moon Park. He's the chairman of Yeongun Council, Republic of Korea. His delegation is sitting to your left, Mr. Farrar. Will you just have him stand forward and be introduced? Give them a big hand also.
There's a gift at everybody's table today as a guest, thanks to the Pusan Group.
Mr. Farrar, I didn't get my gift.
Yeah, Mr. President, if the translator could help me with Pusan, if you might translate to the delegation for me at 1 second. Just in regards to Pusan, I just wanted to also share with Council President Ferraro that I had the chance to visit Pusan, and so that my colleagues understand, when I was there, they kept on saying that Nate Holden was the council president. And I kept on explaining to them that it was Ferraro who was the council president, but they were telling me that Ferraro was the mayor. And so again, I know that Mr. Farrar and Mr. Holden have had the opportunity to deal with their councils before. Okay. The chair recognizes Mr. Padilla for purpose of a presentation.
Thank you, Mr. President. I don't have a delegation from Korea to recognize. I actually have one from my district. If I can ask them to rise. Director John Barron from the Phoenix House of California, which is based in Lakeview Terrace, and a number of the students are here with us today. They're visiting City Hall, learning about city government and the 7th Council District, the city council meetings. They're learning a lot, observing a lot, and we want to recognize that, not only their presence, but their involvement in the community. Thank you.
Thank you. I think Mr. Ridley Thomas wanted us to reconsider item number 6 or 10.
That's correct.
Item number 6. Is there any opposition to us reconsidering item number 6? Hearing none, it's back on the table.
This is the item Mr. Holden asked to be referred to committee. Item number 1 should go forward pursuant to the ordinance, and the balance then should be referred to IGR because it involves state legislation, and I would so move, Mr. President.
Okay, everybody heard the motion? All those in favor, call the roll. Tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
13 ayes? Okay, that'll be the order. Next item.
Item number 15, there's a card on the item from the public.
Item number 15 is before us. We have one public comment card. WF Beam, would you like to speak on item number 15?
My name is W.F. Bean, and I'm a resident at 4609 and 1/2 for over 30 years. I have one of those unusual landlords, refuse to fix anything. And so now the program is in the REEF program, and hopefully it'll continue until he will fix the properties. I have pictures, documents. Inspectors have already cited him numerous times for his negligence. And so now I'm hoping that it'll continue in the escrow program. So basically, that's just about all there is. And there's another thing. I'm unsure about the amount that I'm supposed to pay to REEF. But some of the paperwork says 50% deduction, but I never received that paperwork in the mail stating exactly how much I'm supposed to pay for my rent. I'm a senior citizen, I'm a paraplegic for 26 years, and I'm a full-time outpatient of Rancho Las Amigas. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there somebody from the rent control that can Could you help that gentleman about the, okay. All right, then, any further discussion on 15? Mr. Holden, did you want to be heard?
On 6.
15? Okay, then prepare the roll on 15, tabulate the vote.
13
That
eyes.
is approved. Okay, then, next item,
Item 22, called special by Councilmember Chick.
Mrs. Chick.
Yes, thank you. Mr. President and colleagues, I've asked city staff from ITA and from our CAO's office to come to the table. We're going to have a very brief, about a 2-minute demonstration in a moment of what this project is all about. But what we have before us and what has been presented to your Governmental Efficiency Committee is an extremely important project in which our Information Technology Agency, General Services Department, and the CAO's office, and all of our city departments have worked closely together to accomplish something very important. What this pilot project has done has been to look at some of the most commonly used and frequently used forms across multiple city departments, and have put those forms, it's kind of the first step towards e-government, have put those forms in electronic format so that we can start making the absolutely necessary move from being a paper-driven organization to one that uses state-of-the-art technology and software. We want to be the digital coast. We want to compete with Silicon Valley. We are trying to attract a whole variety of .com and internet businesses. City government has to keep up with the private sector if we are going to be the leaders, if we are going to help create the right business environment so that businesses can thrive. And the problem I want to point out to you is that there are resources needed now to move forward. And if this program doesn't get some of those resources in the upcoming budget, which so far it has not been given either by the mayor or by our ad hoc Budget and Finance Committee, the forms that are on here now, which I think are about 40, we lose the progress we've made because the license with the software provider expires. The CAO's office has worked out a phased program so that I believe the total amount that would be needed for the upcoming year is $187,000. Colleagues, I'm going to be fighting for this as a line item, and I ask for your attention now and your support, because for $187, it keeps this city marching in the right direction to stop being a paper-driven organization. If we could have the demonstration, and then our CAO staff is here to answer any questions.
Good morning. I'm Laura Guglielmo with the City Administrative Officer, and with me is Richard Tom from ITA. The electronic forms project developed out of the Forms Management Task Force as a means to improve and streamline the city's forms management practices. The CAO, in coordination with ITA and the Department of General Services and the Forms Management Task Force, developed a pilot electronic forms program. For the pilot, 35 internal use forms and 1 public form were identified to be part of the pilot and were placed on the electronic forms repository. For the pilot, the CAO absorbed the cost of the software, ITA loaned a server and dedicated staff time to develop the repository, and General Services provided staff to design the forms in an electronic format. So it's truly a collaborative effort. The 35 internal forms were selected because they are commonly used administrative forms that every city department uses. These forms are accessible to city employees via the intranet. The 1 public form identified was the application for employment, and this form will be accessed by city employees via the internet and will be available to the public via the internet website www.lacity.org upon the Personnel Department's approval. And I'll bring your attention to the website. It's a little bit difficult to see. Right now, Richard is looking at the application for employment, and this form looks exactly like the forms that you would see in a written format. You can search for forms via the department, a keyword, or by a category to help narrow the choice. And that will be particularly important as the number of forms expands. And it is our goal to have all city forms on this repository. The forms can be filled out online, printed, and saved to a hard disk or to a floppy disk and retrieved at a later date. Both the form template and the contents are saved, which ensures that the data remains in the original context. This is a very important point. In addition, the forms can be linked to a variety of database applications, allowing the user departments to capture key information and generate reports without time-consuming data entry. During the pilot phase, however, no forms will be linked to database applications. It's anticipated that when this project is fully implemented, the city will realize productivity improvements and substantial savings. Just a few of these are that forms will be printed on demand, reducing the cost associated with storage, retrieval, delivery, and waste when forms are updated. The accuracy of the information in the forms will be improved, reducing the amount of staff time to verify that information is correct. The number of duplicative and unnecessary forms in use throughout the city will be reduced. That's a huge problem for the city, as our records manager will tell you. I'm happy to answer any additional questions you have at this time.
Thank you very much. This is a note and file. During the City Council's budget process, I'll look to bring up the issue of funding, and I do want to underscore a comment that was just made. The costs that are involved here more than recoup themselves in an exceedingly short period of time. As you can imagine, colleagues, this kind of efficiency saves dollars. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Chick. The next item, let's vote, let's note and file, so there's no objection, that will be the order. Next item,
Item number 23, called special by Councilmember Chick.
Mrs. Chick.
Yes, thank you, colleagues, for your attention to another important item on governmental efficiency. They both happen to come forward today, but this is one that staff from the Department of General Services, the Operations Analysis Division, are they here today? Well, a hearty thank you, because this has been a mammoth job. I think this book weighs about 15 or so pounds. And while it looks big and it looks complicated and it has 30 different appendices, what it is a procedures manual for professional and personal service contracts. And colleagues, if you read in the newspaper today, and I certainly know that Councilmember Wax is paying attention to it because it involves a city contract that has wreaked havoc on a public swimming pool at a recreation and park center in Studio City. I had a similar experience with an outside contract in my district. What this manual does is finally, once and for all, in the most complete manner, in one place, puts all the information that any city employee working on a professional or personal services contract can look in here under the right category and make sure that they are working on a contract that protects the city and taxpayer dollars in every possible way. So congratulations to city staff. This is going out upon our accepting the report as a note and file to all general managers and all relevant city staff, and hopefully we will now be making city contracts without a single error. Thank you.
And that'll be the day. Any further discussion? If not, prepare the roll, tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
That is approved. Next item.
This is the time for comments from the public on non-agenda items.
Is there anybody in the audience who wants to be heard on public comment? Have no cards. Seeing none, the public comment period is closed. Next item.
Do you wish to clear the desk before going into closed session?
Clear the desk, yes.
You have motions for posting and referral.
There's no objection, unanimous vote.
Councilmember Walter requests to be excused from council on, for city business on June 9th, 13th, 14th, and 16th, and for personal business on June 20th, 21st, and 23rd, meets council policy.
Unanimous vote.
That clears the desk.
Okay, we're going to go into executive session, so all those not involved with the executive session kindly leave the council chamber. Okay, we're back in open session. We have some motion before us.
Item number 30A, it's a settlement in the amount of $500,000 in the case of Carol Bochus et al. Versus City of Los Angeles.
Okay, prepare the roll. Tabulate the vote.
13 ayes.
Mr. Bernson's going forthwith on that. Next item.
On 30B, it's settlement in the amount of $353,585 in the case of DW Powell Construction versus City of Los Angeles.
All right, prepare the roll on that. Tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
That is approved. Next item.
That clears the desk, Mr. President.
Okay, that clears the desk. Anything before us? Would everyone please stand? Mr. Fuhr.
Thank you, Mr. President. On behalf of our colleague, Mr. Bernson, I ask that we adjourn in memory of Fritz Folk, a DWP employee for 14 years. He's survived by his mother, Margaret, his wife, Jan, his son, Trevor, his daughter, Shannon, and 2 grandchildren. And I'll give the clerk the pertinent information.
Second.
Ms. Goldberg?
Yes. Mrs. Walters, did you do Luther Robinson yet? Okay. I know that Mrs. Walters and I would like to jointly present this. That Luther Robinson, I didn't bring the material down with me, but I'm going to just do it from my head, recently passed away. He was one of the sergeant-at-arms at the Los Angeles Unified School District Board of Education, an avid reader, a man who probably read more books than anybody I can possibly remember, was an amateur historian of, I think, some renown, and a thoroughly charming and professional man who did the things, the phrase that's often used, other duties as assigned. This man did everything that was asked of him on behalf of the Board of Education. Was a remarkable wit, a very intelligent individual, and a person that a number of us got to know, and all of us will sorely miss him. I believe his funeral is on Monday, and I'm sure Mrs. Walters will want to add some details to this as well.
Mr. Fuhr?
Yeah, Mr. President, I neglected to ask that we adjourn in memory of a groundbreaking jurist here, David Williams. Judge Williams was
all members on that.
One of the earliest African-American jurists here in California, and a person of great dignity, great skill, and someone who had very passionate beliefs about right and wrong. The story in the Times today described how he came to get his house in Bel Air at a time when no African-American was allowed to purchase a home in Bel Air. He just figured out a way to get it done and showed throughout his career a way to get it done. I was on Saturday at a Black Women Lawyers luncheon when people noted his passing, and there was such sadness in the room because David Williams had been such a prominent, groundbreaking leader to whom people turned as a real role model, and I know he'll be missed by very many people here in our city. Thank you, John.
Mr. Holden?
Mr. President, members, I join that adjournment announcement. Also, Ms. Betty Newsom Brown just passed away on May 12th. To note, she is the sister-in-law of Leola Newsom, a longtime resident of the 10th District. She was active in the Greater New Bethel Baptist Church, Gamma Phi Delta Sorority, Eastern Star, and the Crenshaw Neighbors. She's survived by her daughter, Dorothy Newsom Palmer, and many friends and relatives. Mr. President, members, that we also adjourn a member of Emma Louise Dodell. She was 92 years old. She was the mother we all know Jackie Calloway, longtime activist, for city employee in the housing department, and a longtime community activist in the 10th district. That is Ms. Dardell. So we ask that we join in her memory. She leaves a host of friends and relatives, including her daughter, Jackie Calloway.
Mrs. Walters?
Yes, I would like to add a few comments about Luther Robinson and also about Judge Williams. Luther Robinson, I first encountered during the early 60s when I began attending meetings at the school board protesting various civil rights violations that we felt were occurring there. And Luther was always very friendly toward the demonstrators and very friendly toward any group of people who came, as well as individuals. But yet he never crossed that line from being a professional, being an employee of the school district. And in those days, there were several men whose one of their duties was to drive board members from place to place. And to a person, all the board members spoke very highly of Luther and really had a fondness for him in that capacity or any other capacity. And everybody who ever knew Luther talks about his capacity for reading and ingesting the material that he read and being able to hold on to it and engage in really meaningful conversations with anyone who was also interested in that subject. He also read across a wide field. I mean, he wasn't a person who concentrated his reading on a particular portion of history. He was across the board just with all kinds of things. Science, history, philosophy, he was there. I had the opportunity after coming to the school district as a board member and then leaving. Whenever you'd see Luther, he was always so pleasant and never forgot you, never forgot what his job was about. A widely respected man by everybody who came in contact with him in the school district. Judge Williams, I had the opportunity through a former neighbor of mine who is also now deceased, to meet him on a social basis. She used to have holiday parties and other parties, and he would always be there. And he was a very fine man, very gentle person. People enjoyed being in his company, and to listen to him talk about some of the earlier days in Los Angeles, experiences that people had in the black community, was really a history lesson. And everybody was so proud of him when he was first named judge and then moved on up the ladder to the federal bench. I believe he was the first African-American judge on the state appeals court. He also had a brother who was a judge, and they were very, very fine people, and we shall miss them. And so I'd like to be a co-presenter on the one with Luther Robinson, and it's all members on Judge Williams.
Yeah, I knew the judge. He was an outstanding individual. I think he was appointed by Nixon. That's how far back he goes. Yeah. Call the roll. The council is adjourned.